As far as recruiting goes, I could honestly say that it's not the glamour experience that, like ESPN builds it up to be. If you're in that ESPNU top 150, there's guys, that have, offers from every SEC school, from every Big Ten school. And if you get into that ESPNU top 150, then it probably is a glamour experience. But you have to realize that there's tens of thousands of kids that are going to go to play college football every year, and then obviously there's only 150 in that top 150. And if you're one of those kids that aren't in that top 150, it can turn in, like, from a glamour experience into a real headache. And especially like myself, coming from a little high school, the big programs pretty much have written you off. I had a good in with my dad. My dad has coached college football a lot of different places, so they took his opinion of me honestly, not just as another dad saying that his kid can play college football. So I got some good looks at some big schools, and I was at camps for MAC schools and stuff like that. But other than that, getting recruited from smaller areas are it's tough, and you can see that that's a flaw in the recruiting system, because how many times a year it seems like there's one on every team across college football every year where you have that one kid who was a walk-on, absolute walk-on, no recruit at all, and he ends up being the starting outside linebacker, or he ends up being the starting quarterback even. Crazy stories like that because the recruiting process missed them, because coaches saw maybe a single A school in Pennsylvania or a 6 or 7 Division 6 or 7 school in Ohio, or one of the smaller schools, however the rankings work for that state, and they pretty much write them off because you can't judge the tape via the competition. It's a comment I got from some big schools that, hey, you look like a good athlete, it looks like you can play football, but these guys you're playing, we just can't take, because you might just be a big fish in a really, really little pond.